Uh, anyway, speaking of goats, you guys just reminded me. I'm watching BoJack Horseman now.
Oh, bruh.
Wait,
I
have you
binge
watched
watched
that
it.
show?
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah.
Did?
Yeah.
Oh, when? How long ago?
Probably a year or two. I don't remember when exactly because time is a concept that I don't get. Like, how did 2022 get over? I don't know. I thought we're still in 2020. It's weird. But yeah, I watched it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm on season 2 of the show, and so for people and Donkey who doesn't who don't know
Yeah,
what
dude,
the
dude.
show is about, BoJack Horseman is like this adult animated show that ran on Netflix. It's over now. It got like 6 seasons, and it's like this satirical comedy show. But that's just on the surface. But
Mhm.
when you watch this show, you realize it's not just a comedy. It's like real. It's
Uh,
like hits
it's
you
very
with
real.
all that real shit. So it's about a guy whose name is Bojack Horseman, and in this world, they just have animals and humans living together. You know, it's kind of like Zootopia, except animals and humans both live together, and there's no reason for that, and it doesn't matter. It just happens that way. So yeah, so this guy Bojack Horseman used to be a big celebrity back in the 80s. He had a sitcom, and that's where he got famous from. And now 20 something years later, he doesn't have anything
Oh,
else in his life. Yeah, it's
oh, it's
really
this guy. It's this guy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting. And
His
he doesn't
also
have
finally I
what?
know where it's from. Sorry, you're saying?
The show mainly tackles issues that a normal TV show couldn't, but they can because it's animated and they can show different, like a horse or a cat doing something, but it's so human and at times sad and at times very true. It's fun, it's all laugh, and then it gets real quick, but it doesn't stay real, but it leaves that impact, like drug abuse, depression, uh people's people pleasing, uh, asking for people's validation, not having confidence in yourself, and a lot of real issues.
Yeah, I would
Like,
say it's real all the time. Even
yeah,
even when it's funny in like a dark, sad way.
yeah.
And it's yeah, I started watching this, and you know why I started watching this is
What?
because I of of all the things, it was Facebook that got me to watch this. And I don't even know why. I was just on Facebook for no random reason, just on there. And
Okay.
I don't usually go to Facebook, okay? I don't even have a Facebook for people who
Yeah,
are
I think
listening to. I
every
don't have
viewer
a Facebook.
just did that phase that I did. It's like, why?
Yeah. So I don't exist on Facebook. Don't go looking for me there. I don't exist there. Okay. But yeah, I randomly went into the Facebook app and I like came across this meme, and yeah, this meme like really hit me. Okay, it was this meme was about BoJack and his like ex
Yeah.
girlfriend who
Mhm.
always try to get back together, or for some
Yeah.
reason they don't love each other. But
His
whenever
agent, I think, right?
yeah, his agent. So
Yeah.
whenever he gets into some sad shit and he doesn't know what to do or who to go for, Bojack always comes back to his ex and he's like, "Oh, I never realized I love you. Okay, let's get back together." And it's like, and it never works out. Okay, and this meme was in that episode where they realized that, and it was like Bojack was saying to this girl, like, "Yeah, you're right. We don't love each other. We're just two lonely persons. We're just two lonely people who hate each other, just trying to forget that we're lonely and trying to hate ourselves a little less." Okay, and that just fucking hit me, and I was like, "Damn, what the fuck?" Like, I get, and I went into this Facebook page. The name of this Facebook page is literally It's like Bojack Horseman is literally me. That's the name of this Facebook page. And like I went in there and I read this guy's bio, and he's dealt with all this shit, and that's why this show resonated with him. That's why he started this troll meme page or whatever. I go through the memes, and everything I see is like, holy shit, it's so relatable. And I'm like, damn, I need to watch this. So after that, I started watching the show, and yeah, it is. The show is very relatable. It tackles with depression, loneliness, and like not being able, I don't know, not being able to amount to anything, or like always having your expectations broken, and a fucking broken childhood, of course, that's always there. And always trying to get validation from someone because you never got it when you were a kid. And yeah, all that shit. And yeah, it's the type of show when you want to feel like, yes, okay, I am sad and lonely, and this is the show I need to watch, so I know that a lot of other people feel this way as well. Something to resonate with. And yeah, I'm watching that show, and it's pretty good. It's pretty. I don't know, man. I think I want to finish this show, and I'm actually already thinking about maybe doing a video on it in the future. Like one of those video essay kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually found BoJack Horseman like on accident. I was like on Netflix trying to watch something, and I couldn't find anything. And then I landed on BoJack Horseman, and I saw the trailer because the trailer plays automatically on Netflix, right? So I saw the trailer. I'm like, damn, that hit me. What the fuck is this? Let me watch an episode. And before I knew, like in 3 weeks or in a month, I finished the whole thing. Like I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if who were in it, or is it actually good or anything. Didn't read any review, nothing, and just ended up relating as each episodes went by. I'm like, oh damn. Like a lot of things happened to him, and the sad thing about it is like he doesn't mean to do things, but he still does things that doesn't have an explanation. Like it's like so weird because in my life there are so many scenarios that I can relate to, like with my work thing that we talked about in person, right? Like, there's no particular reason for me for not going to work, to skip work. There's no particular reason, but I'm not doing it. That's like self-hating shit, or making whatever it is, it's toxic. Why am I doing it? I don't know. And Bojack is the same. Why am I hurting myself? Why am I continuously making a scenario which ends up hurting me and other people in process? But he still ends up doing it in a loop throughout his entire life. And there are way too many times he has this moment that he realizes that, oh, I'm the reason for my downfall. And the glory that I stand by, like whatever it is for whoever's life, that for him it was the 80s, that don't matter shit now, right? It's just so real that it hurts at times. Nah, you don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta hear it, right? You gotta see the truth straight in the eyes. Can't hide from it forever.
I think there's a trope, like a lot of people are into that. Like they would watch stuff that would deliberately hurt them. Like a lot of people like, a trope that the hero and heroine not being together. At the end of the movie, they will break up. One of them will die. One of them will cheat. Whatever happened, they won't be together. and a lot of
Mm.
people love that. And like, on those things, if you ask a person like what are their 5 favorite songs are, or what are their 5 favorite movies or series, you could tell a lot about their personalities because what they like.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's just masochism, I guess. People are masochistic. Okay, sometimes they just don't want to admit that they like it, you know. But for me, I always knew about the show. I knew how sad or how real it was gonna be, but I just never watched it. I was never in that mood or whatever. But ultimately, coming across that fucking meme page, I should fucking share it to you guys. Coming across that meme page and seeing those things that are sad yet relatable yet hilarious, because hilariously sad. But I just saw that and I was like, yeah, I need to watch this now. Uh, yeah, and I like it a lot, and I'm thinking of like maybe doing a video on it, after I finish it, which
Yeah, I mean,
probably which won't be this month, maybe next month, because I'm going to be busy with my FYP the rest of this month. But yeah.
I actually saw this. So I follow this like manga artist. Sorry, not a manga artist, a manga channel who like shows like different mangas which are like really good, cool, famous, the upcoming ones, the one with the most potential, whatever. So there's this channel on YouTube that I follow, and they uploaded like yesterday, or I think a day before yesterday, uploaded a 1 hour long video of this visual novel game. It's called The House in Fata Morgana, I think. And
Okay.
and the title of it was the greatest story that I have ever read. And I was like, nah, that's not the greatest story I've ever read. I've never heard of that. Nah, that's a bullshit thumbnail thing. Nah. So
Yeah.
now I went into it. I'm like, I'm still curious, okay? The greatest. So I clicked on it. I start watching. 10 minutes into the video, I'm like, okay, weird, okay. 20 minutes into it, I'm like, alright, okay, I'm digging it. Alright, it's okay. And then, like, I got hooked to it. I finished the entire video in one sitting, an hour-long shit. And
Okay.
after I ended it, I went crazy. I couldn't sit on my bed. I just started walking and in circles, pacing. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to talk about it. Oh my god, I need to talk about it. What the fuck did I just watch? That
What?
story, yeah, it's basically a game, a visual novel. It's basically you read the entire thing. It's a 35 hour long visual novel with very good pictures and whatnot and music.
What was
But
it about?
it's about this one guy, like you all of a sudden wake up in an abandoned place where literally there's nobody there, and there's this mansion in front of you, sort of looking like brokenish. You go inside and you see there's a maid, and the maid asks you your name, and then you realize that you don't know your name. You don't know anything, you don't remember anything. So then the maid goes like, this building is special, I think I can help you remember who you are.
Oh,
So then
I'm sure she can.
Oh,
then
Mm.
she tells you that there are 8 rooms, and 8 rooms have different timelines, and you can go and check for yourself if you are any one of them in those timelines. So basically in this game you go from one door to 8 door, and as you go from one door to 2 door to 3 to 4 to 8, the story unfolds and you realize who you are, why you are here, and everything. It's just so well written, like so well written. There are plots and twists like all around, and every little details. Like the foreshadowing is like One Piece level foreshadowing. The characters' developments are like guts, berserk like. If you choose like this protagonist over guts, like I don't think so. I would be able to say, nah, you shit. It's that good. The protagonist, like the entire shit of this game and the story is so captivating and so good. And it's one of those shows, right? Like where you can't say, oh, he's the villain and he's the hero. Because the characters are so real and so human, and every action they take, in their shoes, you would do the same. And the entire situation is a product of circumstances, like in life. Like you're a good person, you're a bad person, depending on who I asked, right? And that's what that is. And I was not expecting a random YouTube video to change my entire week. Probably, I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was like 6 a.m. in my girlfriend's place, and I was considering to call her because I need to talk about it. I need to get this out of my system. Like, what did I just watch? What did just happen? Like, I highly encourage you not to watch this or read into it. There are
How long the video? How long was the video? 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
But you said it's like a 35-hour video.
Yeah, he summed it up. He summed up the entire story. There are playthroughs of entire gameplay or entire story for like 35 hours on YouTube. You don't need to own a, because it's a visual novel. You don't play. You just press the button A once you've finished reading.
Yeah,
I would highly recommend to go and, if you have the time, then watch like all the viewers or listeners as well, because it was so good.
So he just summarized the whole game. He just summarized the story.
Yeah, but I couldn't stop listening because the plots were so good. I got hooked that I need to know what happened next. I didn't want it to
What is
finish
the name? What's the name of the game?
The house in Fata Morgana.
The house in Fata Morgana.
Yeah. Look that up. It's like the best visual novel there is, I think. Like, it's highly praised in that community.
Oh. Yes, interesting looking visuals.
Yeah.
Very gothic like.
Like, it has 10 out of 10 ratings, I think, on Steam. On Metacritic, it has 96% as well.
Damn. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. There are a few times in the story kind of mellows down, but it picks up again with a bang.
Oh, with a bang.
Wait, send
so that's what got you.
You can send the YouTube link of the YouTube video.
Oh, no.
That artwork looks like the shit that I draw, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, the artwork seems really nice, and it seems like.
And the music apparently as well goes really well with whatever scene that you are actually reading through.
I sent the Facebook page link in the server. You guys can check that out as
well. Oh yeah, okay, obviously, because I'm kind of a sucker for Bojack Horseman, but I obviously after I finished watching it, kept in the link with the community. So it would be nice to see some news back.
Like we aside from the podcast, maybe we can do something similar, like writing a storyboard line and having like audiobooks, like telling a story and stuff.
Yeah, I am like so into audiobooks because I don't have the patience to read, but I really want.
Yeah, you can listen to it.
You know. learn
Yeah,
about books
and
and
Who's gonna write a book?
stuff.
Who's gonna write a
Well,
story?
I mean, I can do the music and the visual.
I mean, writing a story itself is not it takes a lot of research and a lot of dedication and time as well.
I think that's the main. The research part is secondary, but I think the main thing is the dedication and the time, because
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't like writing, and I'm a journalism student.
No, I
yeah.
actually I saw this TED talk of people doing like what makes somebody successful, and it came down to if you are obsessed with something, like no matter how talented the other persons are, if you're obsessed, you will end up surpassing them. Because when you're obsessed with something, you will keep on learning on 24-hour basis, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. Because you're obsessed,
Yeah,
whenever you have time, you would put your time into it, and thus it's inevitable for you to become successful. But the
Mhm.
issue with normally people that they are sure they're obsessed with it for 2 weeks and then they just go on about their day. It
yeah,
doesn't matter what it is. It could be the stupidest thing like Tetris, or I don't know, like something else. Like whatever it is, as stupid as it is, if you are the 0.01% of it, you're gonna be successful in it. It doesn't matter.
yeah. I know. That's
Thank you,
why
thank you, thank
I'm
you, thank you.
like,
Thank you.
Yeah. So Donkey, you're gonna be successful if you just keep on, doing your art.
Have you seen my art? What the fuck?
Yeah, I went to your Instagram page, like TK
You
gave
have
me the
mine.
link. Yeah, and then
You
I
have
saw
mine.
all your artworks.
I just
are
updated
you
it.
following each other?
No, I didn't even know he has Instagram.
No, I don't think so. I follow him either, but I just scrolled through his
What the
and
fuck are you
So what?
I
doing?
like
Some
them.
stalker? Some stalker here?
No, I
You're
remember
scrolling.
asking you his Insta because you told me that he had really cool art there, and I was like, okay, I'll look into it, and
Well,
I
so
think
what's
it
your
did.
Instagram?
I'll type it out in the group chat.
Because I just updated it. I was just asking TK about my art. Yeah, but yeah, I don't disagree with that. Like, I think a lot of times, like when it comes to like succeeding in something, it's not okay. Don't talk about obsessing, because obsessing is something, it's a very strong word that not everybody can do it. But let's put it in a normal term, like for normal people to succeed in something, which is to exchange your time for it. Like yeah, to exchange your time for it and your dedication and commitment to it. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be obsessed with it, but so long you have a space for it in your life.
I think you do need to be obsessed for it if you want to be the best at it. I
Not
think if
really. Like,
Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't obsessed with football, he wouldn't be where he is. I think the same goes for Leo Messi or whatever the best person you can think of at an art or profession. I think they have to contribute all of their life to it, basically.
yeah, but that statement is a double-edged sword, because not everybody who's obsessed with it has the opportunity to be the best at it.
I kind of disagree. Like, you don't have to be the best at it, but you could be one of those. Like, you could be successful. Like, or you could have a career in it. Okay, you don't have to. Let's say you're obsessed with tattooing. You don't have to be the best tattoo artist in the world, but you can have a career as a tattoo artist if you're obsessed with.
Well, yeah, I mean, if by being obsessed, right, like to have a career, it's a different thing. But because if you're too obsessed with it, you don't have the space to handle the other logistics to have it to make it into a career. That's the thing.
No, Donkey. I think you're thinking it the wrong way. Okay, I saw this Mr. Beast podcast in which he talks about like he always wanted to be a YouTuber, right? So he tried everything. Like he dedicated his time out of school whenever he could to becoming a YouTuber. He counted from 1 to 100,000. He watched Naruto while counting backwards or shit. Like, because he was really into Naruto, but he didn't want it to stop uploading. So he watched Naruto while doing 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. He tried to make 100 ideas work, and every day he focused on being better, being that 1% better. Having a better title, having a better thumbnail, having a better idea, how to engage people, how to make sure that people don't stop watching my video midway through, how to make sure that, if somebody clicked on our podcast, they will end up finishing the episode. He had data gathered on and worked on his craft for years because before he became Mr. Beast. He didn't like magically figure it out. If I would give money, people will watch my videos and I'll become the biggest YouTuber. He had to try 100 other things before he gave away money. And
Yeah,
that's the thing. He was obsessed with it. He tried everything and one thing worked. And
yeah, but
as it worked, he like grew his empire.
but you're contradicting your point here because you're talking about being obsessed with it and becoming the best.
You don't
And
have to
becoming
be the best. But if you're not obsessed with it, you're not gonna engage that much time and effort in it.
Yeah, but if you're talking about just having a career, then it wouldn't be someone so prominent like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is the best of what he's doing.
Yeah, but if
So-
you're obsessed with it, at the least you'll get a career out of it. At least. If you are like a footballer or a basketball player, you had really promising career. It didn't work out. You can still become a high school basketball coach. Because you had so much prior experience and you know the game, you can at least be a coach. Or do something or train individuals. But if you are not obsessed, then you wouldn't achieve those goals or be the basketball player because yeah, I like playing it, but I'm not gonna focus into my flaws and make it perfect. So you would not have anything. Like I think I am a very good example of that. I don't do anything with the obsession. I'll watch anime, sure. I'll watch everything but mediocre. I'm like the middle guy who doesn't achieve anything. Because he's not obsessed with it or he's not, doubling down into learning it. I'm there for 2 weeks and then I'm not.
Like, if you're talking about that, like, if you're obsessed with something to make it into a career, I think to make it into a career is a totally different point of view. Because, how to put it? To make it into a career, you have to know what you're looking for. You don't have to be obsessed with whatever you're trying to make a career out of, but you need to know what the career is asking for. So you don't have to be very obsessed with the subject that you're selling. It's like a salesman. They don't need to know everything that they're selling, but they just need to be a good salesman.
Yeah.
So they don't have to be obsessed over that product. Same, like I'm doing art. I'm very obsessed with like drawing and techniques and everything, etc. and all that occult stuff. But it doesn't. I don't need that to sell my art. I just need to know where my target audience is. So it's two very different point of views, being obsessed with something and being the best in it, and eventually becoming someone that's up there in their own career, and comparing to someone who is obsessed to make it into a career. You know what I mean? Like someone who is obsessed enough to make it into a career means this person is a good businessman. But someone who is obsessed over something in creating or whatever they are doing, they can't be a businessman or they can't make it into a career just like that because there are too many other logistics that they need to handle that stops them from being obsessed with it. Like Van Gogh, like artists like Van Gogh and etc. They all have like fucking mental illnesses somewhere. Like they are so obsessed with their craft, but they are not the ones who actually really market out the artworks of their of them. It's people. It's the people, the viewers, and the people who run galleries who really actually sees value in their artwork. The whole obsession that they put their time and commitment into the artworks. So they have to continuously be obsessed in their craft in order for other people to make it to make their obsession a career. because the whole point of having a career is to be a businessman. So if you're needing to settle all the logistics of the career wise, like cost, funding, which gallery to send it to, and the cash flow and everything, you can't be obsessed. You can't be obsessed with your artwork, your craft anymore, because that takes away your time. And then you have to balance things out because these two factors often contradict each other. Because when you're obsessed with your craft or whatever you're doing, it takes up all the time. You have no sense of time. You have no sense of you can't really gauge time, or when is it to eat and everything, because you're just simply so obsessed with being better and over again. Like you said, Mr. Beast, like he spends every single moment like micromanaging his time and everything, that sometimes you just lose a sense of time and everything. But making it a career is a different thing, because you need to have sense of time. Okay, you need to know that tomorrow 8 to 5 is when people are awake and there's opportunity for people to make business, and then you can't be asleep during that time, so you can't be obsessed with that. Like you can't be obsessed over to the point where you don't have enough rest to make it into a career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
are your
Van
thoughts on
Gogh,
this, TK?
I was gonna say that Van Gogh really didn't make or sell any of his paintings when he was alive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not him. He's obsessed. You can't say that he's not obsessed with his artwork. Like
Yeah,
look at his work.
yeah, he was obsessed with his artwork, but he could never sell it in his lifetime.
Yep.
After he
So
died is when those artworks became popular because the people who run those things like decided they were popular, and now it meant something. So yeah, I think I think obsessed in the right way. You should be obsessed in the, like, let's say Mr. Beast, for example.
Yeah.
He always wanted to be a YouTuber, but
Mm.
he knows that he wants to be a YouTuber to be famous and to make money, and to get it all out in front of people, so more people, millions and millions of people can see him, and he can grow in numbers. That's the gauge for a successful YouTuber. The more people that watch your shit means the more successful you are. Okay, that's the gauge for it. So if he was obsessed with being a successful YouTuber, then he got it right, because he was obsessed with just not only making the content, but also he wanted to perfect the engagement of the audience, the thumbnail, the clickbait, what times to upload, what to do to get more people to view his shit, all of that. Okay, so he wasn't concerned just about the craft of making the video, but about the whole thing, as a whole. So I think, yeah, so you can't just be obsessed with getting your craft right. Like, that's a part of it. Like, a lot of movies we see are like very good movies, like art films and award winning. Some movies are very good, they win awards, but they don't make a lot of money. Those kind of movies are never the blockbuster ones that make money, right?
Yeah.
So the craft of the making of the movie was perfected, but not the making money part or doing good business part, you know? And yeah, I think you need to look at all those things if you want to be successful in what you want to do, If you're just obsessed with just the craft, then there's no guarantee of success. You're just gonna maybe perfect the craft, but you don't know if it's ever gonna amount to anything, if it's gonna amount to a career or become successful in the future.
So become obsessed with knowing that you can do something with it, right?
Like,
And
as a
having,
whole, not just making the craft, but also getting it in front of people, making it a success, making your name through that,
I
like,
think at
that's
this
why.
point,
Yeah.
I think at this point, it really depends on what is success to the person who is going for it. Like, what is the level of success they are talking about? Success might not be whatever we think about. Like sometimes they're obsessed with their craft. To be successful is to be able to put out their works. Full stop. They don't need to be famous. They don't need to make it a career. So it really depends on what kind of success we're looking at. Because
Depends
these
on
2
the
points, like,
individual then.
yeah, the points that Larry and both of us are talking about are not invalid. They are both valid, but it just depends on the situation that it's applying it to.
Yeah.
Or the career path even. Like in some careers you have to be obsessed, and in some you have to.
Like porn.
Well, I think
Mm.
you definitely do have to be obsessed for that. But I think that's why all these other businesses exist, right? That's why these galleries exist. People who scout out the artists exist. Uh, Production companies exist. Agents exist because they're in charge of like finding the talents and giving them a platform and getting them in front of people, right?
Mm.
You know, like the let's say for the example, the movie industry. How do you get to maximize the profit of a movie? Okay, Avatar 2 is coming out, okay? Everyone knows, okay? No matter if you live under a rock, because it spent millions and millions of dollars on advertising, okay? Avatar merch and Avatar advertisement is everywhere. The moment I go on social media, it's everywhere, okay? And in America, it's like boosted, like 200% more. And nobody would know it's coming out, right? If all this marketing didn't go into it, and nobody would pay money to see a small movie until you know Disney had a stamp on it. Okay, let's say Avatar is a bad example because it is a sequel to a movie we already know. Okay, but let's say what's the new movie that got famous? Let's say Frozen. Frozen when it came out. Why did people watch that? Because it was a Disney animated movie, okay? And that name means something. Disney is known for distributing blockbuster movies, and they're known for distributing these huge Disney princess animated movies and all this shit. That's why initially all the people came to watch it. And from there on, you know, the word of mouth spread and the good publicity spread, and eventually it got to $1 billion or something. But you know, you need that platform and everything. Everything needs to be aligned for that to happen.
But yeah, also like in terms of this, right? We have to face the fact that we have to address the superficial value of being successful as well. Uh, Imagine Mr. Beast being putting in all that hard work, but if he wasn't a good looking, or say normal looking white male, but whereas he's like some village looking guy that doesn't have good looks, you know, very caveman looking. And if you were to put out videos like that, you know, he might not be half as successful as he is now. You know, this is the superficial value of making things into a career. Like I can't hide it as well. Like there are a lot of things that really relies on selling looks and using your superficial value as a marketing strategy to really put you outside there. So if like it's like girls who are not pretty, if they were to be in a porn industry, like how many people are going to watch it? And if they don't have a good figure, they don't have good looks, people are not going to watch it, and therefore they are not going to earn that much. You know, they can't make a career out of it because they don't have that superficial value that people are looking for. So if you are easy on the looks and you know you just happen to have a good voice, and whatever you do, it's easier for you to put it out there. It's like pretty girls and guys in modern society. Pretty girls are easier to you know step it out in the society because they have it, people you know give them the attention that they want, and that's what they want. Because once they have attention, people will you know approach them for their business. But whereas guys, you know, like even if a normal looking guy is like they have to put in so much effort just to make a business work because they can't sell their looks. Whereas good looking guys are out there like being gigolo or something like that, but they don't have the same privilege as people who are good looking, not good looking, you know. So that's the superficial value in terms of building a career as well.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. 'Cause,
Mm.
like, as much as arbitrary it is, like, looks matter a lot. Like, if you
Yeah,
are
it
good
does.
looking, you can get less sentence in a court just because you're good looking. And If you have like two face tattoos and you went in there like like you're from the street thugs with a chain and shit, you're more likely to get 5 years more sentence.
That you remember that guy? That this really good-looking guy that was he had his mugshot posted all over the internet, and people were signing petitions to release him. And then he got released, and he got signed on as a model. This white guy, I can't remember his name, but he's pretty good looking. He's like icy blue eyes, and then
Yeah,
his mugshot. Yeah, that guy was inside. He was sent to prison for something, and then his mugshot was sent over, and then that mugshot apparently, you know, stole a lot of females' heart, and then they signed a petition, and then big names, brands started signing him on as a model because he looks good. So it's like he wasn't even being obsessed with whatever he's doing,
yeah,
He just happened to be good looking.
yeah.
He just happened to be good
Okay,
looking, bro.
okay. We're
I,
getting into something completely different here. Okay, even
I have a
Jeffrey Dahmer.
controversial. I have a
Jeffrey
controversial
Dahmer.
take on
Okay,
this.
the serial killer. Okay, he got you used to get like sent love letters in prison. Okay, yeah,
I have a really controversial thing in this. Like people with good looks get stuff and gets people's attention in a way that they don't develop certain things. Okay, I'll give you an example. If you are a 10, be it a guy or a girl, you always have friend groups to hang out with. You always get invited to parties. You always have some love interest going on in your life. And then that's why, because always you have eyes on you, you don't naturally develop things that a person would. Like, let's say you would not learn about a lot of stuff that normally a person would, because you're always busy with getting attention or whatever. You don't need to
yeah.
be funny.
You don't have to
You
grow
don't
as
need
a
to be
person.
funny because the other people are funny and you just laugh alone and it's all good. You don't need to put in efforts into relationship or into yourself, or you don't really better yourself. You just stay there. Oh, I'm the good looking one. Oh, people want to hang out with. But for somebody who's a 7, he works on becoming more intelligent. He likes to know about stuff because he want to engage in more meaningful conversation. He wants to, let's say, be trying to be more funnier, trying to have a thing. Like in our any friend group, you'll find a funny guy, a good looking guy, a ladies man, and those you can easily assign those because that's how they are. They have personality, but the good looking person at times lacks that personality, lacks that individuality because they just got things spoon fed to them. They don't realize that like other people had to work for it. Like for somebody who's like extrovert, they don't know how hard it is being an introvert and how hard it is to talk to people, which an extrovert do it in a daily basis.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, those people also have different problems. They have different problems than us, right? The people you're saying who don't, yeah, they don't get to grow as a person because if they already get all the attention, they don't need to put the work in.
Yeah.
But eventually, in the future, they're gonna realize, at some point, that it's all superficial. Okay, like these
Yep.
people who are hanging out with them, it's all superficial. He doesn't have a meaningful connection with anyone. He doesn't bring anything unique to the table except his looks. Like people just want this girl or this guy around because it looks good. It looks good to be around this person who's good looking. And
Yeah.
that's the whole bag of worms they have to deal with then. Okay,
That,
it's like
that's
different.
something I realized too.
Yeah. Okay. I want to say one more thing. That this is kind of similar to that thing I shared last week, Donkey. You remember about the money thing? The wealthy kids from wealthy families don't know about growing up and having to struggle. So what you said about good looks, it also goes to it also can apply to people who come from wealthy families. Okay, kids with wealthy parents, they don't have to worry about money. They don't have this pressure of leaving the house and trying to make their own life, earn themselves, because they always have the safety net of daddy's trust fund or whatever. And they don't have to do that well in school, okay? They don't have all this pressure. So, yeah, it's a lot of similar things. They don't get to grow as a person, and they don't do hard and gritty work, and they never know about the real life, real world, until the point where they have to, and when reality kicks in a harsh way, you know. So yeah, you can go on, Donkey.
Oh yeah, like it's just to enhance whatever we're talking about. Like I've met like some people, like they're pretty good looking, and it's naturally that we're attracted to them and we want to talk to them. But yeah, it's like you guys are saying that they don't really bring anything to the table. Like when you're talking to them, it's like you try to be funny and you try to be ice breaking and everything. I get it. I'm not a fan, but maybe if they are.
I mean, that is obviously an exception, like we're talking about the
Yeah.
general. That is an exceptional, probably guy or who's
Yeah,
not.
but
Yeah.
like okay, like girls, like even a girl, like I realize that even if they're pretty, the superficial value of whatever I'm looking at just fades away the moment they have nothing else to offer. And yeah, it's like if TK and me we ask you to collab with us in this podcast, and if you're just all you have is like good looks, and you wouldn't be here after first episode, like it's because yeah, we're calling you ugly, but it's
Yeah,
in a different way.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you getting happy? We're actually calling you ugly here.
Yeah, um like this kind of connections like even to carry a simple conversation, like a lot of good looking people don't have this skill because they feel that the world owes them to whatever they have. And it's really hard to have an actual conversation or topic to talk about because all they know is like very superficial stuff. You can't talk to them about all this. It just flies over their head. And all they talk about is the brand. I want to get this brand. They're having a sale of this brand and everything.
Brand girls abs.
Yeah, and that's all. It's fucking boring. Like seriously, like I would rather die alone than to be together to be married with someone like that. It's a torture. When people, that's the thing. People don't get it when you see like a trophy girl or a trophy wife.
Yeah.
They're like, man, you're so lucky you get good sex all the time. But they don't get it. This is why only rich people get trophy wives or girlfriends because they know that that's all they can do. And that's all they need to do to keep a status. But otherwise than that, people like us who look for wives and girlfriend for having a real companion, we wouldn't go for that kind of girl because that's all they have nothing to offer. And yeah, we see like these trophy wives, like people see them, oh, she's a good fuck and everything, but you don't get it. Like that's all she is.
Yeah.
That I still this is one of the other situations I was telling TK about. Like I feel lonelier when I'm in a relationship. Like I feel really lonely because this all this girl can give me sex, and there's nothing I can talk to her about. There's nothing that I can share with her. There's no joy that I can share with her. The kind of joy, like the situation you had, Larry. Like you have something you want to talk about after watching that light novel, and you have no one to talk about. So you have when you talk to your girlfriend about it, but when you don't have that option of your girlfriend to share it with, you feel really lonely because it's something you're so excited about to share joy or very raw emotions with, but there's no one to share it with. That's when you're really lonely in a relationship. Yeah, that's the difference between having someone who is has more to offer rather than a surface value kind of shit in a relationship.
Yeah.
It plays a big part, and a lot of people, especially in this up and coming era, like people don't see that kind of value anymore because all they think about is, yeah, man, I got the money, bitches.
Yeah.
That's all they see.
I have seen dudes going for the looks, and they'll be like, "Oh, she doesn't have a personality. I don't care. Have you seen her?" I was like, "The reason she chose because she doesn't have a personality. Otherwise, she wouldn't chose you. Like she's out of your
Yeah.
league.
I
There's
mean,
a reason."
okay, it's a good for getting, for getting laid, getting your dick
Yeah,
wet
yeah, yeah.
once or twice, but after that it gets boring. And it's the other way around for guys, guys who are good looking. It's different, I think, for wealthy guys, because
Yeah.
girls want to stay with them to secure their future, even if they don't have anything else to offer. I get that. That's understandable. But for girls, if you're all you have is just good looks, it's not going to be worth it. And what?
I suddenly recalled this is my life. Like all the girls that I've been with and had physical contact with. But when I am at age now, I realize that I'm looking for like someone I can settle down with, and that's why I'm alone. It's the
It's really
realization
hard.
after a
It's
while.
really hard to find somebody you can connect with, right?
Yeah. So
It's really.
Larry, you lucky bastard.
I know. I
Fuck you and your
know.
happiness, man. Me and TK are like, fuck you and your happiness, Larry. Fuck you and your
Bro,
sweatshirt.
bro, I
Fuck your
can't even
sweatshirt.
be
Fuck you.
happy. I can't even be happy because I'm always like, you can't fuck this up. You can't fuck this up. You can't fuck this up. And in my mind, I'm like, there will be a time I'll be like, how did you fuck this up? And
Yeah, but you have to understand.
I'm just trying to not go to that stage where I
Yeah,
sit by myself in a bathtub and be like, how did I fuck this up?
yeah, but if judging from what you're saying, then you're probably like really lucky because you have a girlfriend who's understanding enough to forgive all that shit you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck you and your happiness, man. Fuck you and your
Fuck you.
sweatshirt as well. Yeah, fuck
Fuck
you.
you in the
Fuck you.
summer.
Yeah,
you in the
fuck you,
summer.
Sama, man. Sama. Yeah. So
No,
yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I want to say like, and people wonder like, why would those superficial people, just for good looks or wealth, still have people around them all the time? Because people like we wouldn't be friends with someone like them. But as Donkey, we've talked about this uh, a lot before. That people are very superficial. Okay, most people, and most people are happy with having superficial friends or having the superficial people in their lives. Okay, and that's why those kind of people still will never have, they will never have an lack of people or company because people are superficial and they will continue to have those superficial relationships until the moment when it hits them. And oftentimes it might be too late. When it hits them, they don't really have a friend or they don't really
mm,
connect with this person or these people they hang out with all the time.
mm,
You know,
yeah,
It's
like
sad.
yeah,
True.
yeah. I mean, I mean, yeah. It's always the times when, like I said, like it's the same situation where you have something to share. It's either the extreme ends of each raw emotion, and you realize that you don't have anyone who can relate to it, and that's when you realize that you know you can't really connect on a certain level. I mean, sometimes it takes time, but it's situations like that that makes you feel lonely. And if you have like stuff that you can share with your girlfriend, then you're really lucky because not everyone can do that. It sounds very oxymoronic because it should be something that's very common sense, but yeah, not every relationship you have that chance to share this with someone. Yeah, like the kind of shit I do. So can you imagine if I was with a very normal girl, like a mainstream girl? You guys can't imagine that shit, but you guys can see me with that shit, just for sex, but you can't see that person as like my girlfriend.
We
Like,
didn't
like
even
if I,
say anything. We didn't say anything. It's all you.
yeah, bro. bro, I can read your fucking faces, man. But yeah, like okay, imagine like I bring this girl, like really normal, decent looking girl
Yeah.
that looks like she just works an office job from 9 to 5 and just go home and shit and sleep and watch her Korean dramas. And I go like, hey guys, meet Clarice, my girlfriend. And then you guys were like, oh hi, hi. First impression that you guys will have is not to judge a book by its cover. And then as you guys hang out with us more and more, and you see the interaction between me and her, you guys will understand that this girl is not for me. It's not about her looks. It's not about how she behaves or anything, but it's just not there. That chemistry is just not there. And I can't imagine myself being someone who, can't understand all this as well. Like, I have a lot to share. You can see the amount of bullshit that I spew over here. Like, I have a lot to share. And it's fine. It's fine if the other person, like, if you guys don't get it, but you guys not, how to say, you guys are not, we're not each other. But we get each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of this kind of relationships. But if you're with a girlfriend who totally doesn't even get it, it's fucking quiet and it's, you're just watching your own thing. And then imagine if you're talking that light novel to your girlfriend and she's just like, she's just doing this like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
For me, respect in a relationship is very important. Be it friends
same.
or because you're sharing an opinion right now. The
Yep.
last thing I want to do is like, oh this, oh you, like, or some shit, some stupid shit, because that just I would like I'm interested into this and I would want her to be interested in it. That's the thing.
Like to us TK, like when we're hanging out in Langkawi, like the only time that I actually really get to my phone is when I'm attending to work. But otherwise than that, I don't really like to use my phone when we are out having, spending quality time. Like not even if we're walking and not doing anything, I don't like to be on my phone when I'm with someone. But people nowadays don't have that kind of courtesy. And that's why I don't enjoy hanging out with a lot of people because they're always on their phone. And that doesn't give them that excuse because I'm busy with my phone. It's my job. But I'm even if I can put away my phone to give you the respect as a friend, as a person to listen to what you have to share, what you want to say, to try to understand where you're coming from, etc., etc. But if you're not getting that kind of respect, you just feel lonely as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you just you don't get it. If TK was on his phone all the time, I would have given it to him as well. Like, hey bro, fuck, I spent all this money here to be here to hang out, and why the fuck are you on the phone all the time? Like, I'm 36, I don't give a shit,
Yeah.
I'm never on my phone, okay, because I don't have people to talk to.
Yeah, that's why we hang out. That's why we hang out because we're the same, man. For fuck's sake.
No, I have this rule. Like, I think none of my friends actually knew this, but like it's like earlier in my relationship, like 6 years, 5.5 years from now. Damn, that sounds such a long time ago. So I had this rule with my girlfriend. If I tell her, like, or it was understood, it wasn't a rule that I had to tell her. It was understood by her that if I tell her that, oh, TK is at my door, the next thing she will be like, oh, okay, say hi from him, have a good time, we'll talk later. And then, bye. Because the person who came all the way for me or whatever, I met them in person, that person comes first. Whoever I'm talking to, even if I'm fighting.
The context is he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone a lot, all day, all night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's different. That's different.
Yeah, but if there is a friend, I would stop that right away. Like right away.
But the thing is, you can do that if only you guys have your own safe, like, personal time together each other. It's like, imagine if you have to fight for her attention all the time, and then she says that to you, and then you just don't feel where you're placing yourself, you're standing in her life, and that just feels unfair because it's like she's giving this friend priority, but whereas you have to fight for her priority. That kind of feeling. It's just a little bit different. If you guys are already talking every day, like, like you guys already know where you guys stand in each other's life is different. I can do that too, but the problem with a lot of females is they don't let you know where they stand in your life. If something or someone else is always before you, so
Yeah.
that's not fair. Yeah, so like I said, you're lucky to have a understanding girlfriend, you bitch.
Thank you.
Fuck you. No, thank you. Fuck you. Para panchot.
Uh,
So
and
yeah,
this is why I say that I don't I I never want to put an effort towards like someone like that. Let's say a girl, okay?
Yeah.
She's pretty, she's hot, everything, the guys would want to be with this girl. But I'm not the one who's gonna go out of my way just to put an effort and hard work to get this girl. Because
yeah,
if I'm the one who's having to put all the effort and make all the conversation, like they're not doing anything, okay? Imagine just a one-word reply or something, and
Oh.
I'm having to come up with all this shit and have to do drive all the conversation, everything. It's not worth it, okay? Guys who are out there who are trying to get girls like that, if you're the one who's having to do all the work, do all the talking, do every conversation, and she's not putting any effort, or she doesn't have the capacity to engage in a conversation or in a meaningful conversation, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, it's never gonna be worth it. And give up right now before you get too deep into it and it's too late. Okay,
Yeah, as a
you should
teen, we
never
didn't
put your
realize that, right? As a teen, I
yeah.
think I used to do that. Oh, she's giving me a dry spell. I don't care. I think at least she's replying. Yeah, I would take
yeah.
the positive out of it when there is none.
There's fucking some copium shit there, man. Fucking
That
copium
is
shit, bro.
copium. That is
Yeah,
copium.
but
Hopping on hard copium.
Okay, I think there are dudes like that, like who would at least take the conversation rather than nothing, because you're lonely. You gotta get yourself out there and try. Like,
no, man. I think I passed that shit, bro. I'd rather be lonely with my right and left hand. I'd rather train my left hand to jack myself off than to engage in the shit like that again.
yeah, I mean, it's good for you, man, for having a standard for yourself and not settling for less. I think a lot of dudes don't do that. A lot of dudes will settle for whatever. If a girl is into
Yeah, I mean,
me, that's
because
all. She doesn't have
all they
personality.
do,
I don't care. She's into me.
yeah,
Like, a
because
lot
all
of
they
dudes.
do is work and home. They don't have any other value they can give. Like all they do is work and home and work and home, and they just follow the system blindly. They don't really work on themselves. They don't really see what they have to contribute except for throwing money to have a family. That's the bullshit. Like you can't. Like, yeah, I mean it's their choice. I mean, I get it that some people are just not good looking enough, and they really have some crumb of pussy is enjoyable for them. But
They
you
get that
can't
crumb of
really.
pussy, they can't think straight.
Yeah. Just like that meme that blind guy can have a crumb of pussy.
Crumb of pussy.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say just now. Fuck. I was trying to. I forgot what I wanted to say.
You motherfucker interrupting him while he's talking. You bitch.
I'll remember it. It was something about guys not having the self-esteem.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, guys are taught that. I think as guys, we always like grow up with that kind of outlook. We're like, we don't think about that. We think
Wait.
about just yeah.
Sorry.
You
No,
remember?
what was Larry? What was Larry saying before I was saying something?
Well, when this episode comes out, everybody will 60 seconds. Oh, Larry was talking about this.
Okay, you guys, sorry, you guys, Karen. Let me try to recall my
Talking about
old ass. What was I
teenagers.
saying?
Talking
Yeah,
about teenagers, and
teenagers
we would.
struggling, with text or settling for whoever because, at least somebody's interested into me, and that's what they think. Like, she likes me. Okay, I'm gonna marry. Not like thinking we don't have anything in common. I'm with her. she's materialistic. I shouldn't be with her. She's a red flag. Not all that. She's into me. That's all.
Yeah,
I can't
but
remember. Fuck, it just flew over my head. I can't remember what I was going to say.
I give you the entire version, and you just
he's gonna
Yeah,
remember later at night or
yeah,
something,
out of
and he's gonna
nowhere.
be like, "Oh, TK, I remember."
Like when we're playing COD or something, right? Like TK, oh, get behind the house. Oh, fuck yeah! I remember what I was gonna say. TK be like, oh,
Oh,
yeah, sorry, you guys are saying.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was just saying, guys don't have self-esteem, and I don't know about girls. I think girls as well to some degree.
yeah, no, they do.
Because
They do. They definitely do.
yeah, because we don't get taught this, right? We have to learn this by ourselves. We have to learn from, error, trial and error. Nobody
Error.
teaches you this. Nobody teaches you this. Your parents don't teach you. Society doesn't teach you. Your school doesn't teach you. Okay, you have to get this from experience. And as teenagers, yeah, we would get happy like, oh, I text a paragraph to some girl and she said, oh, with 2 M's, not one. Damn, she's really into me now, guys. I got this one, hook, line, and sinker. But but we don't realize that this. What the fuck are we doing? Okay, we're just horny teenagers looking for any kind of companionship or whatever, And you slowly grow and you learn, and as I've learned not to put effort into something that just looks shiny or on the outside, okay? Some from the external.
Okay, you
image
shouldn't
of something.
judge too early. I would say just because it's shiny doesn't mean you put effort.
It's
But
not. I wouldn't
you
say
still
it's good
you
or
still
bad.
dip
Okay.
your toes. You see if the water is warm or not. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
but yeah, I do, and when I do, I get the immediately I know is it warm or not. Okay. So I'm saying,
Oh.
and I'm
Is it
saying
wet
when I
enough
get,
for you?
it's not. It's never.
That's why you like it cold? Oh.
My man's gonna
That's
dive
what.
all.
That's what I'm saying. Before you cannonball or like nosedive straight into a pool, you should first see how deep it is. Okay, you should see if you can actually nosedive into it, or you're gonna need a facial reconstruction surgery afterwards. Okay, so yeah, and when you do that and you get the results back and it's not in your favor, you just gotta shrug it off and move on with your life. Okay, just because someone's pretty, or just because you think, oh, I'll never see or get a girl like this to talk to me ever again. It doesn't mean that that's true. Okay, that just seems like that in the moment, but you got to move on with your life and have some self-respect for yourself. Okay, because if you don't have self-respect for yourself, no one else will fucking have any respect for you ever. Okay, so that's why you got to move on and wait for the right thing and try to bark up the right tree eventually. Okay, don't settle. Never
Don't
settle.
settle for less.
Well, I think TK is addressing to a lot of Singaporean males then.
I was one of them, I guess.
You fuck off, fuck you and your happiness, Larry. Fuck you and your happiness. Fuck you and your sweatshirt, man. Fuck you. Fuck you and your brown beard. Fuck you and your brown face, man. Fuck you and your brown face and pink lips.
TK, Donkey is jealous of my beard. Man, you're gonna make me tear up, man. You don't know how much beard I wanted in my life, man.
Bro, look at my fucking yellow face. Does it look like it goes well with any beard? Why the fuck would I be jealous of some pubic hair on my face?
Bro, I feel you, okay? Like, TK knows my elder brother, right? He's got beard. I got, like, pubes, as you said, on my face.
You still do?
Wait, look at Donkey's head. It's so nice and oval, egg-like.
Yeah, I love his hair, bruh. His hair, like, now it looks like that Ariana Grande ponytail.
Bro, you gotta understand that.
Oh my God.
The whole selling point of me is being androgynous. You know,
No. Your
that's
hair
my
is
whole selling
so
point.
good that I wanna hold it
Next.
and hit that.
Thank you.
Like that.
Next.
Hi. Hello, Larry. Would you like some? Wait, I have to squeeze this shit again. Oh, fuck, I can't. Wait, I
You
need to
got
cut
Don't
this
worry
out.
about it. Ariana
Wait,
Grande doesn't have
wait, wait.
titties anyway.
Okay, like that, okay. Oh, shit!
It looks like you're wearing a dress. What the?
Hi, Larry. Would you like some handy? Hello. Mm.
I would like some head while I drive.
Zoom. I don't remember her name. Zoom. Zoom. You gotta give Larry a good spanking.
He's been a naughty, naughty.
Yeah. That's why Santa's not coming for him.
Look at him all
Larry
dressed up nicely, waiting for Santa to give him take him on his lap,
Well, yeah, Larry, just be quiet, just tone it down a little bit when we're hanging out in Philippines next year. We don't need to
Sure.
we don't need to listen to you guys banging the wall and everything.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
even know if I can be there. But yes, if I
You have to be obsessed with it, bitch.
I'm not obsessed with Philippines, bro.
You have to be.
You have to be, okay?
Yeah,
Come on.
just remember, by going there, you can visit your girlfriend as well. You can release all that urge together with your girlfriend and reach to nirvana together with her as you guys are rocking back and forth on that bed that we rent from a hotel room. And remember not to stain the sheets. But because it's a hotel room, you guys do not give a fuck. And you guys go like, yeah! All the way, all night, Larry. Just imagine that. Be obsessed with that shit.
Thanks for having belief in me that I can go on.
I don't, but I try to.
We'll get you some special condoms, the ones from Curb Your Enthusiasm, the Everlast condoms.
Oh, but yeah, like it's gonna be fun because and me and TK are going to test out some social experiment shit.
What social experiment?
Yeah.
Is it a prank? Is it a social experiment?
Langkawi was a bad situation, but
Yeah,
I think
don't
in
you be
Philippines
like
will be better.
I tapped TK just for social experiment, just to see how it is to identify. That was an experiment. We weren't gay. We went big.
You can literally get away with murder if you call it a social experiment at the end of it, okay?
Well, it's accurate. I mean, it's accurate social experiment.
It is, technically.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Fuck,
actually,
what?
that's kind of true. You can say the N word to a black guy, and if he starts beating you, it's like, oh, there's camera right there.
It's a prank,
We were just
No.
listening.
If I were ever to use the N word and a black guy came up to me, I'll be saying I was speaking that Mandarin.
Oh yeah, bro. You know what? I actually did said the N word when I came in, like after 15 days in Canada, to a black dude.
It took him 15 days to be racist.
in BD, okay. Like in Bangladesh.
He decided, okay, it's time to let it die.
How about that?
And racist boys, let's go.
Okay, I said it twice, not once.
Wow!
I'm not.
Man grew some balls in 2 weeks.
Okay. What happened is, I went to my college and I saw people are playing FIFA in our student lounge, and I'm like, what? You lot do that? And then I made this new friend whose name was Jordan, who's black, and he came from France.
No shit, Jordan.
Yeah, such a whatever. So now he goes like, "You want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he picked Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. I picked Barcelona. We are playing. This guy scored a 91-minute goal against me to win the game. And out of frustration, I slipped the word. I wasn't thinking straight, okay? I wasn't thinking straight. I said it, and there were like 15 students behind me watching us play. We're on the couch, there are like 15 students behind us, and it was pin drop silent. And nobody said a word, including the black dude. Nobody said a word. I left the controller on the couch and I walked away.
What the fuck?
Later that day, we were all walking. I think we're going to this class. And this one Bangla dude just starts walking fast. And I'm like, yo. And then the word comes again. Why you walking so fast? And I turn around because I thought there's nobody. This Jordan guy is just right next to me. The same dude.
This is like a fucking Larry David moment. What? How you making this shit up right now?
I said sorry.
This guy
And I
is
told him,
both times you met him, you said the N-word, and both times he saw you doing it. Like, what the fuck?
I
He
told
just
him I'm
thinks you're a
sorry.
racist piece of shit.
Bro, I told him I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, and it's a big thing. I'm sorry. And apparently the guy didn't know that it's a big thing in America. So he was actually fine with it because he didn't know that people get offended with it. Because he came from France, he didn't know that it's a deal like that. He thought like it's okay, it's cool. And I was like, oh, cool.
But I think it should be like a common thing for the Black Boots to know to have the sun, like, you know, this rapper called Easy E.
Yeah,
So he was saying, yeah, he was being questioned like by this reporter, like, how does he feel about people using the N word? And then he was like, well, if it depends on how they say it. You know, if you're saying it in a very natural way, like sup N word, you know, like hey sup, you know, like a friendly, endearing way, it's different. He'll be like, yeah, sup, you know. But if he's saying like, you know, they have that pronounced R, that you know, then it's definitely something to look for trouble, and that's not cool with him. So I think, yeah, I think that is like, if you guys call me, hey Ting Chong, what's up? And I'll be like, yo, what's up? You know? Yeah,
I
but
didn't even
it's
know people do people do that?
well, among us we do. Like this fucking bancho, this broccoli calls me Ting Chong.
Oh
No,
shit!
I
I
call
didn't know
Rice
that.
that. I call Rice that, and it's literally her name. Her last
Yeah.
name is Chong.
Chong.
I thought she was pranking me at first, okay? The first time I was like, yo, so what's
Yeah,
your
I
name?
heard the episode. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. I was like, wait, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you trying to get me to say this shit?
Yeah, so yeah, like if it's fine, I guess. Like, you know, if I were calling you guys some racial slur, I mean, we all know
already
that's for
do.
fun. Yeah,
The
I mean,
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
you
you,
call us
chuckling.
Bangla. Like, what's that?
Oh my god, fuck.
What the fuck even was that?
How dare you, mister?
How dare you address me by my race? Bro, what the fuck?
This Kim Jong guy calling us Bangla. How dare he?
The fuck, dude? But I think with the N word, the thing is, most people don't say it in an endearing way. Okay, the people who
Yeah.
usually say it aren't the fucking racists and the right wing like supremacists. They're like, get these R words, you know, and with the hard R words out of my country. Most of the people are like that. The people who those like the black people are like tight with and like in the close friends, yeah, they can say it to each other endearingly. But whenever you hear that word like thrown around, it's most of the time it's never for a good reason. Okay.
All right, let me
Yeah.
make just something clear just in case it doesn't bite me in the ass in 10 years' time, I
He was
didn't
racist,
mean.
and he did mean it.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
you can
mean to
put
say
that
the
on the
N-word.
record.
I
He
came
meant
from
every
a
word.
culture where
He
we
made it both
use the
times.
word just for buddies. It means buddies. And I just came to Canada, migrated, like I wasn't
So you
accustomed
emphasize on the
to
R at the
talking
end
to
of the
my
N word.
friends without that word.
He
I
meant it.
have never done that ever since. And
He
I'm
didn't care
sorry
he
for
was French. They're all the same to him.
I
Yep.
apologize.
He's being a racist now.
No,
Because
I
all
did
French are the same
apologize
to him.
to him. Even though he didn't even know what it was, I apologized to him. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Wait,
Like
so
he
did you
called
ask him?
he called a fellow Bangla an
Bro,
N-word. What the
imagine I'm applying for Google and they bring this clip up.
Yeah, this exact
But
episode,
you
2
admitted.
hours,
You know,
30 minutes
they have
in.
lawyered up. They're like, but you admitted you said it. And I'm like, yeah, but it was a mistake. It was back in the day. And they're like,
Cancel.
you admitted
Cancel him.
twice.
Cancel
Now
him.
In front of Jordan! In front of Jordan! Motherfucking Jordan!
Yes.
Wait,
We got your ass
people
now,
have
bitch!
those, posters. Justice for Jordan.
Justice for Jordan, fuck his sweatshirt!
What?
Yeah, of all the episodes, you had to wear the sweatshirt. You had to wear it on this most controversial one, didn't you? Nothing that says a douchebag, unlike the thing you're wearing right now. Okay, that's what it says. A douchebag. Might as well you have douchebag written all over you.
On his forehead and shave his beard in the word bag and here douche bag.
Wait, did you at least ask him what is the N-word equivalent in France?
Do you think I had the balls for it?
Yeah,
I would have asked.
apparently you grew two big ones when you said it.
Yeah, twice.
Bruh, I'm what? A 4'9" guy and he's like this? Nah, I'm not doing that.
Well, if you're 4'9" and it's like that, all you can do is well, easy does it.
Dobie made a mistake. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have the balls, you can always find some.
As they always say, if you can't beat them, just suck them off, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, perfect height, anyways. As you were showing his perfect height. Like
No need to bend down.
you'll be doing like that, like the side views and. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yeah, that's how it will look like. Like
He's gonna have it in his mouth, not in his hand.
not yet, because that's stage 1. He has to try with his hands first.
No, he's gonna go. He's gonna nose slide.
Okay, why are we getting into details in this? Like, why are you deciding how I will pick? What the fuck? At least let
Because
the
we are
man
friends.
have a choice.
Because we are friends. We are friends. We're advising you how to get out of life without the sweatshirt.
The council has spoken. Okay, you know what you need to
I
do.
will take this shirt off. Okay,
Please don't. It's too late. Please don't.
You can take it off after the episode. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I think we've come to the perfect conclusion here at 2 hour 30 something 40 minutes. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
damn.
gonna be double. Yeah, 2 episodes. So thank you guys. I don't have time this week, so I'm not gonna record anymore. Just gonna.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
No, fuck
Oh,
you
yeah,
and your Christmas. From every episode from now on, Larry's gonna have to wear that sweatshirt, man. Fucking hell. Larry has no identity, no personality. He's just a sweatshirt that laughs. With a beard.
Okay,
I'll
The
wear
sweating
fuck
beard.
you guys who are celebrating Christmas a month early. Fuck you guys. But those who are watching this on Christmas, Merry Christmas. Okay, have a good
No,
year.
fuck you too. Still fuck you. Still fuck you. Who the fuck celebrates Christmas at this age, man? Fuck, man. It's like Larry was writing fucking letters to Santa. Fuck that shit, man. We fucking WhatsApp him that shit.
Okay, another controversial take. I didn't know this episode could get spicier. Okay, now we're gonna get cancelled with both of our guests or hosts here. So
Well,
anyway,
I'm
before
Chinese.
I
Do you
get-
think fucking Chinese believes in fucking Santa Claus? I don't think there's a Bangla Santa, right? Can you
We don't
imagine
believe
Santa?
in Santa Claus either. We're Muslim. We're Muslims. We don't.
TK is not Muslim. What the fuck? TK is just Bangla.
Anyway,
TK
before this gets out of control, I need to end this legally before we get into some actual trouble.
No, okay, wait.
Anyway.
Just in case everything bites us in the ass, we are saying this because we are friends. We can only say this because we are all friends.
Yes.
So
yes.
you guys don't even try to,
Yeah.
put your finger into our assholes because we are in each other's assholes. Eat that, bitch! Fuck you in the sweatshirt, man.
Okay. Anyway, I know a lot of people watch this without subscribing, and I know who you are. I know.
Oh yeah, we
Please
do.
subscribe. Yeah,
Oh
subscribe
god,
to the
Chinese, I
channel.
still can see you.
Subscribe
Please.
to the channel.
Ooh. Wait, how do you? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, subscribe to the channel, please.
Hey, wait, you have to pound your fucking lips. Like.
Yeah.
Subscribe, please.
I had a joke but we would have gotten really cancelled, so I didn't. I chose the better of my judgment.
Okay, listeners, beware. Larry is gonna talk. No, wait,
No,
why?
next time.
No. Let's finish the episode. I'll tell you guys.
Oh, shit. We're talking
Yeah,
to
it's for the
racists in the
homies.
VC,
You got
guys.
double
We
sub
don't
for
want
that.
you don't want to see this, okay?
So,
So-
right, I know what we should do. Like right before Larry tells the joke, we cut the episode
Okay,
so that people.
but
No,
Yeah.
the joke
anyway,
is
those guys who want to see the joke, okay, you can only see it after you've subscribed. It's behind the subscription button. You don't know this.
I don't know where the
Click
fuck is
that.
it on the screen.
It's the red big button right under the channel.
You
Click
mean
that.
like my
just
nipple?
click on it. Just click on
Click
it.
on it, and then you
Subscribe
can
here.
see I see
If you have
Subscribe here.
fucking
Subscribe
spicy,
here.
racy joke. Okay, go ahead, Larry.
Please
Anyway.
No, you gotta cut that shit. You gotta cut that shit, man. Fucking hell.
You gotta cut
That shit.
shit out. No,
Yeah,
you
that
can't
shit
put
will
that
roast
in.
our ass like 100%.
Okay, and it's cut. And you guys totally missed that hilarious, offensive joke that we said behind the subscribe button. So do subscribe now. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.